is Chef Elham, and if you like to cook like I do, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm here today with my friend Hasti. We were talking about how during the holidays especially, but really throughout the year, if you're invited somewhere, you'll get asked to bring something, or you want to bring something, but you don't necessarily have the time, or maybe you don't know how to make something from scratch. So I have some tips and tricks. We're going to make 4 different kinds of desserts today with all store-bought stuff. We're just going to jazz it up a little bit. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
We are going to start with one of my favorite things, the phyllo cups. These are great for sweet or savory, but today we're all about dessert today. So you can buy these at grocery stores. It's in the frozen section. So they come packaged, just ready to be filled, so it makes it really easy. All right.
If you don't like phyllo dough, can you use pastry dough instead?
You mean puff pastry?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, puff pastry is going to be, I kind of want to say more delicious, but that one will require a little bit more work. I haven't seen them already in cups, so you can do a couple of different things. If you're going to use puff pastry, you can either cut it with a cookie cutter, the size that you want in rounds, and then shove it in a mini muffin tin. Or I just cut it into squares and then kind of put it in the mini muffin tin like that. So it just kind of gives it a different kind of shape, but it makes it a lot easier than and also a lot less waste of the puff pastry because you're using all of it instead of when you do the cookie cutter thing, you're wasting a lot of it. Alright, so I'm going to do half of these with lemon tart and raspberry. This is just store-bought lemon curd. I bought it at Trader Joe's. I'm going to have you help me. So why don't you put some in the bottom. Just kind of fill it to like maybe here-ish, like that. A little bit more. And then just kind of spread it around. And then we're going to, let's do the rest of them. And then we're going to, while you're doing that, I'm going to whip some cream. So I have some whipped cream here. And I'm just going to put a dollop like that. Now I make the whipped cream with a stand mixer. There are many ways. Okay, well actually let me ask you. When you need to use whipped cream, what do?
I go to Safeway and I buy a can of ready whip and I go home and I just use it.
No,
it's
no.
so much easier.
It's easier, but just please don't. For me. At least it's better than Cool Whip.
What's wrong with Cool Whip?
Oh.
Cool Whip is delicious.
Oh, honey, you gotta hang out with me more.
I don't have a vitamin D.
Okay.
And I'm willing, but a lot of people don't.
And that's fine, because you know what? I actually like the rustic look. Do you know if you don't have a hand mixer and like, let's say you're camping, how would you whip whipped cream?
I don't think I would.
Oh yeah, you have your can ready to go.
Or I would just forego it.
You can actually whip cream in a mason jar. You just shake it and eventually it turns to cream. Or you can just bring your can. Alright, so and I have some fresh raspberries. I'm just going to put it on top like that.
Are those cleaned?
I don't wash my strawberries. I mean my raspberries, because they just kind of like fall apart and then they bleed. So yeah, usually I don't wash my raspberries. Strawberries, blueberries I do, but raspberries I just kind of use like that. If you don't have raspberries, they're usually in season during the summer, but if you can't find them, you can use blueberries, which technically they're in season the same time as raspberries, but sometimes you can find those. If it's in the middle of winter, you can I don't know, use like a slice of quince. I mean, I don't mean quince. I mean persimmon.
What if you don't like lemon curd? What can you put on
Aha!
that?
I am so glad you asked that, because this is just one way to do a quick, beautiful dessert. The other way, using these phyllo cups, is, okay, so I bought some chocolate pudding. See, I'm not even asking you to make your own pudding. The other thing you can use actually is pie filling that they have at the store for these things to make your own dessert.
What is pie filling?
So they have, in the baking section, they'll have cans of like cherries or strawberries, and it's for like just pie filling. So you have the dough, which you'll probably buy from the frozen section, and then you put the filling, and then yeah. So it's just super easy. I'm gonna use this knife to just kind of get it off my spoon. Okay, I'm gonna follow that up. Just whipped cream. Go ahead, and then you can cover these for like garnish. You can. There's so many different options. I mean, you could do raspberries on these too. That would look delicious, or strawberries, or whatever. But today I'm gonna do a couple of different things. I'm gonna do a little shaving of chocolate. This is just a bar of chocolate. You can use whatever kind of chocolate that you want. And just kind of do.
That's so pretty.
Isn't it? It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't just look like you just picked it up from the store, right? Looks like you spent a lot of time putting it together. So that, or you can get like a toffee bar or whatever kind of candy bar. I'm gonna use this. Cut it into pieces and then just top it with some toffee. Doesn't that look nice?
That looks delicious.
Next, I have some pound cake, already sliced, ready to go.
Did you make that?
Yes, I made it and put it in this beautiful package, yes. So for this, we're gonna need some, well, there's a couple different ways. We can use a jam, like a raspberry jam, or we can do fresh fruit. But when fresh fruit is not in season is when I use jams. So we already have some cream whipped. The other thing that is just an option, and it adds a little bit of flavor and it looks really pretty on a plate, is a raspberry coulis. The raspberry coulis is just basically, it's like a raspberry sauce, and I have some frozen raspberries, and I'm just going to blend it up. I'm going to add some sugar.
Do you have to strain it?
For you. After it's blended, yes.
You don't want the seeds.
Yeah, exactly. So we do need to strain it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this raspberry liqueur. Again, totally optional. You don't have to do it. You can just blend it and go. Okay?
What kind of flavor does it add?
The raspberry liqueur. Raspberry.
Is it alcoholic?
Yes, it's a liqueur. Yeah.
Oh.
This is the raspberry coulis. We blended it. And by we, I mean me. And strained it to get rid of some of the seeds, and we're good to go. So I like to add a little bit of the sauce on the bottom, so the pound cake will just kind of soak it up. So I'm going to put some fresh berries on it, but it needs something to kind of stick to. So I'm going to do a little dollop of whipped cream, some fresh berries, like that, and then maybe just a little bit more sauce on top. Now this is obviously an individual serving. If you were taking it to somebody's house and you wanted to present it as a whole thing, then you put the whole pound cake on a platter and then just top it with whipped cream, the whole thing, and then people can slice it. Ooh. Now this reminds me of a cake that I made for you. Actually, I don't know if I made it. No, I didn't make it for you. I made it for a catering event and you were helping. And you loved it so much. You're like, oh my god, this is what I want for my
I remember that cake.
Do you?
I loved that cake.
So this is the easy version of that cake. And then you can, I'm just gonna cut, like, you can just cut the crust off and then you can cut it into portions. Like this. As you can see, it's messy. And it is a little bit more work than if you just left it whole. But it does look kind of pretty. And then you can do some powdered sugar on top. Like that. And there you go. I'll eat this.
Mmm.
Mmm?
That's really good.
Mm-hmm. Mmm. That's really good.
Mm.
Now, I thought of something crazy while I was shopping. And I thought, and we're going to try it now. I haven't
So
tried.
you mean you went shopping as you normally do?
I went shopping as I normally do. No, but I went specifically to see, you know, what I can make with store-bought stuff. So this is homemade cranberry sauce. So I just wondered what it would be like with cranberry sauce. And of course, whipped cream. So it looks pretty for sure. I'm gonna try a little bite. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm. Oh, that's good. Oh, I see. That's a seasonal thing. So, fresh berries for the summer, and then cranberry sauce for the holidays. That's really good. And you can do like a little orange zest on that too. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our fourth and last dessert. But first, let's clean this up. Our final dessert. Of course, these are just a few that I'm showing you, and I'm hoping that you'll get inspired and make your own creations from just like, you know, store-bought stuff. So I have the last of the whipped cream. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to use this as our piping bag. Okay, so these are just the store-bought mini brownies. They have them everywhere. And I'm just going to use this to do a little piping. That one.
That's so cute.
It didn't turn out so well.
It looks like a cupcake.
It does. You could also do these on, obviously, mini cupcakes. It always takes me a couple ones to pipe before it looks somewhat decent. Star tip would also be really pretty on this. Alright, so I like this one the best. Same as with the pound cake, I'm going to put a little bit of sauce on the bottom. Just give it a little whoosh. Put this on here. Okay, but we want to embellish it a little bit more. So I have sliced almonds and picking out the ones that are whole. You can just even do one, or I'm going to do a few just to kind of fanning it out like that.
That's pretty.
And then we want a little something green for garnish, but actually before I do that I'm going to just a little bit of powdered sugar and then the mint. I don't know where I want to put it. How about right there? Like that. Looks nice. What do you think? That
looks beautiful and delicious.
Thank you. That's super fancy. It doesn't seem like it's store-bought.
And you could buy it without making your own whipped cream.
If you must. Thank you for watching. This is Chef Elham, and this is my friend Hasti.